I think my game is getting better. I like the way I'm playing. You know, I'm enjoying being here in Paris, so I will try to extend my stay as much as I can. Sometimes on the court I get angry, so I try to transform that anger into a good one to hit a great shot.
It's a dream, like since I'm very young, to be here, to play big courts against big players. So I had to find a way, I had to push myself to get the energy from my team, to improve my tennis as well. So I'm very proud and happy to be in the next round.
Maia, she's an amazing, player, a great friend. I was very happy for her when she won her last match. I almost cried with her, to be honest with you, because she's a pride, and I know what it's like to come from a country when there are not a lot of players. So happy for her, happy for Brazil.
I'm very strong mentally, and yeah, I need to improve a little bit more my tennis, but I feel prepared and ready to play against her.
Match comptant pour les quarts de finale du tournoi Dames Roland-Garros 2023. Première chose à rentrer sur le court et 14e mondial aujourd'hui, elle est brésilienne Béatrice Haddad Maia. Elle rentre en compagnie de Justine. Et sans opposer à celle qui est 7e mondiale aujourd'hui, double finaliste en Grand Chelem l'an passé, la Tunisienne Jabeur. Elle rentre en compagnie de Maia.
Very popular, Jabeur, the number 7 seed from Tunisia, speaks fluent French. A lot of people at Roland-Garros who'd be delighted to see her win the title. She's not just representing Tunisia, she's an icon in the Arab world, she's an icon in Africa.
Et dans le cadre entrée de rêve, la Fédération française de tennis invite de jeunes licenciés à accompagner les joueuses et les joueurs sur les grands cours. Et ici, ce sont Justine Guissou et Mathia Salaberidou, licenciés à la JS Angoulême dans la Ligue de Nouvelle-Aquitaine, qui ont accompagné les joueuses.
And the two mascots, Justine and Mathia, who are from Angoulême.
We will take a picture with the kids after the coin toss, if you don't mind, there, the photographer over there, just after the coin toss. Okay. So we play with some condition as in previous match. We still have the sensor for the net. The final set tiebreak will be a 10-point match tiebreak. We have a shot clock on the big screen here and here, but there will be 2 more at the net over there after the Roland-Garros presentation. And boxes for towels in every corner, orange and gray. You take the orange, Bea, and you take the... Well, okay, so you take the orange, you take the gray. You have any questions?
I don't mind that. Great.
Okay, gray, orange. So it's going to be ball or player?
Player.
So Justine, tu la jettes sur le sol comme ça. Hop là. Allez. So it is player.
Receive.
Receive? Okay, so a picture with...
The current umpire changed his decision because of, I think, the colour of Jabeur's shirt.
It got a bit confusing. I'm not
It
sure
did.
where we ended up.
I'm not sure either.
Which towel box each player has got. I think Jabeur maybe with the orange because of the shirt.
Well, of all the little controversies that have gone at Roland-Garros, this is probably the least of them this fortnight.
Absolutely.
So The third of the fourth women's quarterfinals. Beatriz Haddad Maia is 27 years old from Sao Paulo. 1.85 m, is 6'1". She's world number 14, the 14th seed here. At the peak of her career, coming off a marathon fourth round match against Sorribes Tormo, 3 hours 51 minutes. She's come good in the past couple of years after a long apprenticeship. She won the titles last year in Nottingham and Birmingham. She was runner-up in Toronto. She has 5 doubles titles to her name, including Madrid this year and Sydney and Nottingham last year. This year, apart from Madrid, quarterfinalists in Madrid doubles, that is, quarterfinalists in Rome and Stuttgart. On hard courts, she was a semi-finalist in Dubai, quarterfinalist in Adelaide and Doha. She has a career high of 12 in singles and 10 in doubles, both from earlier this year. That's her route through to the quarterfinals, and a lot of time on court, in particular the fourth round, but also against Alexandra. That was a long match. Her coach is Rafael Pacciaroni.
Been working with him a few years, and she's talked about the fact that he really did give her a different perspective on how she looks at her tennis. It was an epic battle, 3 hours 51. She was a set and 3-love down against Sorribes Tormo, and did save a match point as well in the previous round against Alexandrova. So she's certainly earned her place here.
Ons Jabeur, 28 years old, from Ksar El Helal in Tunisia, 1.67 m, is 5'6". The world number 7, seeded 7 here. Well, not quite in the form of 2022, but I say that's based on the clay court season, but she's gone 4 rounds further, and having got to the quarterfinal here, I mean, this is a good clay court season for her. She was up to number 2 in the rankings after reaching the Wimbledon and US Open finals last year. This year, she's won Charleston, which is a clay court tournament in North America. She was a semi-finalist in Stuttgart, where she retired with that calf muscle problem against Iga Świątek very early in the match. She won the girls' singles title here in 2011, and she was runner-up in the girls' singles in 2010 to Elina Svitolina. She has 4 titles. That's her route in. Just the 1 set dropped to Olga Danilovic, the exciting Serbian. But yeah, 4 titles. Charleston this year, Madrid and Berlin last year, Birmingham in 21. That's Issam El Jalali, her coach. She's been runner-up 7 times. Interesting, her titles are on clay and grass.
Yeah, that's where she's been able to play her best tennis, and I mean, it was a exceptional year for her last year, the finals of 2 of the slams. Obviously trying to go one further, but I think she came into Roland-Garros this year with a little less expectation. You see, she spent almost 5 hours less on
almost
court.
double, yes.
Unbelievable. 10 hours 26.
Hardly ever see that kind of distinction.
I know. That's a lot of extra time, so it'll be interesting to see if that is a factor. But the knee issue that she sustained at the Australian Open forced her to actually have a minor procedure on it, missed the Middle East swing, and then came back for Miami, Indian Wells. Didn't play as well, but she played very well in Charleston, winning the title there. She mentioned the issue with the calf as well in Stuttgart, which then, I guess, left the question marks over where she was physically coming into Roland-Garros, but there's been no issues at all. She's looked good on court.
Did she do the calf muscle problem in the Stuttgart quarterfinal? Because I mean, 6-3, 6-love is impressive, and then in the semis, she retired for 3 games.
Yeah, the issue happened within that match, and couldn't continue, unfortunately.
Haddad Maia won the toss, chose to receive, so it's Ons Jabeur getting this quarterfinal underway.
(15-0).
Oh, wow.
That's what she's capable of. The talent that she possesses, the variety that she can play with and really disrupt your game. The key strength of Haddad Maia will be certainly looking to use the forehand, try and be aggressive, happy to come forward as well.
Interesting that Jabeur should go to the backhand after that thumping forehand on the previous point.
Quite a heavy strike off the forehand.
Just missed it. He's called the umpire down.
Yeah, she wants it checked.
Pierre Bacchi, the umpire from France. Very easy to check marks at this stage in the match because the court's still pretty swept.
40. Avantage, Jabeur. Égalité. Avantage de Jabeur.
She's serving extremely well, Jabeur.
It's definitely an area that she's improved. She can get a lot more pace off that first serve. She's trying to go for quicker points with it.
Let's premier service. Jabeur.
It was a longish opening game, but Jabeur holds serve. If you're wondering about Haddad Maia's name, I mean, her family is originally of Lebanese descent, but both her mother and grandmother played national level tennis in Brazil. I haven't seen any of Haddad Maia's matches so far this year, but I'd expecting her to be in for more of a grind. She's hitting her forehand and backhand pretty flat at the moment.
Well, that's how she does look to play and gets forehand into play a lot. She'll be looking to move around. She actually will get forward, use the serve and volley tactic against Sorribes Tormo, and that got her right back into the match.
Haddad Maia, love one.
Does have a great attitude on court, the positive body language and self-talk. Again, that was something really that she had to draw on Points for setting 4-love down.
Oh, yes. Not sure how much he intended that. It was a bit of a half volley off the baseline. Certainly intended to go that way.
Shot through at her. Good hand skills there to be able to control the ball. Put it into the other part of the court.
Love 30. Seems to be a bit surprised at that ball dropping right inside her baseline.
Just looking down at the court, checking the mark.
It's well inside.
Deep serve. Jabeur trying to take it early, positioned on top of the baseline.
Too long. Jabeur. It's a slightly loose opening service game from Beatrice Haddad Maia.
Jabeur mène 2-0.
And not once did she use the slider serve out wide to the Jabeur backhand.
Most of the serves were through the middle of the box, weren't they? I guess maybe trying to keep her percentages high, which she did. Made all of her serves, but not effective behind it.
Broken to 15. And Jabeur at 2-love.
0-15.
Out of nowhere.
And evident there. I mean, Haddad Maia didn't expect that at all.
Look at the ball as it bounces. It barely bounces. It stops.
Checks there the amount of spin that she puts on it.
30-15.
Jabeur anticipated really well how the approach was going to go.
Is that the wrong choice of shot? It's a forehand flat?
Which that's the way that she does like to go with the off forehand. Haddad Maia.
Yeah.
No, I meant Jabeur's shot, because I thought she might be playing a lob there.
No, I think the space was there, just didn't quite get enough shape up the back of the ball to get it up and over.
A number of errors on the backhand wing from Haddad Maia in these opening 2.5 games. Well, the error count for Jabeur is big on the forehand and for Haddad Maia on the backhand. So I suspect we may see an awful lot of cross courts from the left-hander's two-hander to the right-hander's forehand.
Avantage, Haddad Maia.
Break back point.
Haddad Maia. Jabeur, 2-1.
This is a good result for Haddad Maia, because Jabeur's had a good start, but it's only 2-1. Back on serve. A little careless from Jabeur.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, should really be sad at 3-love up. But good for Haddad Maia just to get herself on the scoreboard. First time that she's been out on this court. The opportunity to practice earlier, but it can take players a little bit of time just to settle, get used to the different surroundings and the conditions out here.
Reprise. Prenez vos places rapidement, s'il vous plaît, merci.
Haddad Maia, 1-2, first set.
You got the quicker second serve, and Jabeur not really taking advantage of that. It's an area that can be attacked.
Well played by Jabeur.
That's really good pressure into the backhand side and
15-1.
takes care of that smash perfectly. Rolling around the outside of the ball to get it off the court.
Just looking at the players' outfits, there is less wind today. Think of how they've been billowing in the gusty breeze.
Yeah, out on Chatre, it's been really tough, swirly conditions for the players. You can see that with the clay as well at the end that Jabeur was at for a lot of the matches. There's been too much clay on the court because it's blown down.
Yep, good wrong footer.
Maia
I didn't expect this forehand to go back up the line. Is good shape on that, really good depth as well.
Well played.
Used a lot of those drop shots in a previous match to good effect. She's got good power off the forehand side. Complements it well with the touch. Let's tend to go to that spot with the drop shot.
(40-30).
Yeah, that's a good shot. It's funny how in the previous point, Haddad Maia was able to do it to Jabeur, and yet she's not awake to Jabeur's perennial ability to just take one hand off the racket and play that shot.
As yet, she hasn't got a read on any of them.
And another one. And I suppose, in fairness to Haddad Maia, she has to expect the backhand down the line in that situation. And therefore, if she's going to cover the drop shot, she leaves herself very vulnerable if Jabeur chooses to play the backhand aggressively.
Yeah, well, you could see that with the replay. Caught in the middle of the court, trying to position herself to cover that backhand up the line.
Égalité.
Much better serving, starting to hit the corners. Pulled Jabeur right off the court. Opens up a big space for her to put the forehand into.
Oh, it's brilliant. We've been marvelling at the angles that Jabeur gets on the drop shots. But this was on a running forehand pass.
Brilliant play.
Avantage de Jabeur.
Again, I mean, it's the hand skills, the way she just whips round the outside of the ball. Doesn't need a lot of pace. It's more about where she's able to put it.
Jabeur holds, so it breaks again. 3 of the 4 games have been against serve.
Jabeur mène 3-1.
It's interesting, we've played 20 minutes for 4 games. Haddad Maia is not a slow player. She doesn't waste large amounts of time between points, but there is something about her matches at this Roland-Garros that are just going very slowly.
Yeah, sometimes she can take a bit of time in between points. But certainly outplayed in that last game.
Another drop shot. It's about 6-1 at the moment. I haven't been recording them, but feels like that.
Oh, it is, and
15-0.
the quickest around the court. Obviously quite a tall player and struggles sometimes those first steps to get off the mark. And again, not easy to read when Jabeur's going to play the drop shot.
Jabeur is hitting with a lot more clearance over the net, averaging around 30 centimetres higher. Playing with a lot of topspin, which...
Well, she does play with more shape. Haddad Maia does hit it pretty flat off both sides, through the court.
Not enough height to clear the high part of the net.
15-40.
Seems to be the first time that Haddad Maia was voluntarily coming into the net.
Certainly looking to get onto that return and make her way forward.
Oh, she's missed it. That was a real opportunity for the Brazilian.
40.
Best point of the match for sustained hitting.
Avantage. Jabeur.
Haven't been too many long points, but all of them have gone the way of Jabeur. Looks really comfortable with the ball in play. It's almost for Haddad Maia, she's having to just respond and keep herself in the point.
Jabeur.
Expensive errors for Haddad Maia. Jabeur holding. The umpire's off his chair. He's just going to check. Confirming that ball was wide. And Jabeur opens up a 4-1 lead in the first set.
Jabeur mène 4-1.
It's been fascinating, but sort of a bit of a mixed bag. Some good tennis and some errors you wouldn't expect.
Well, there have been a few. I mean, been impressed with Jabeur. Really good couple of games there after did throw in a poor service game herself, but you can see with the matchup, Jabeur looks more comfortable. She's able to control a lot of the points with the variety that she's got, and just making Haddad Maia a little more uncertain. Hasn't really been able to get her game on the court. She does prefer to push herself up the court and really try and control the points, particularly with the forehand, move the ball away, move the ball around off that wing. Has struggled on serve as well. Not won many points behind first or second.
Prenez vos places rapidement, s'il vous plaît, mesdames, messieurs. Reprise.
Haddad Maia 1-4, first set.
It's the
first time it's not worked. However, it still will get into the mind of Haddad Maia. She'll be having to look out for that option happening.
First time she tried it on a return of serve. She tried it on third strokes and fourth strokes, but not on the second. Oh, yes. Almost feels like a practice session where, okay, let's hit 3 or 4 strokes and then play a drop shot.
Well, she knows that that's the tactic that will work against Haddad Maia, hence the scoreline in their match.
In Stuttgart, yeah, 3 in love.
3 in love, wasn't it? Played in an ITF event a few years ago in France. Jabeur won that one as well.
Do you know what surface that was on? I've seen the venue, Jeu des Tours, but I've no idea whether that was on hard or clay.
On hard.
Okay.
50K.
Yeah, 7 years ago.
ITF level, yeah.
Whether that counts for much today?
No, I don't think so.
L'aide premier service.
Good smash off the bounce from Haddad Maia, straight down the middle.
40-15.
It's good depth as well. Just rushing Jabeur. Quite have enough time to control it.
.132 kilometers an hour, first serve.
40-30.
And it wasn't placed particularly well.
The return on the forehand was quicker than the serve.
Haddad Maia.
See, that's where I'd expect Haddad Maia to be coming in behind the serve. It's one of the few slider serves.
Jabeur mène
Slider
4
serves she's
jeux à
actually
2.
tried. And given that Jabeur does often slice the return, I'm just surprised that she hasn't used that play more.
The serve and volley play.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think she's served and volleyed once, has she?
Well, she hasn't as yet. As I said, she is happy to do that. Doesn't maybe feel that that's the option at the moment. I mean, she is struggling on serve. It's a great return, though. The angle she was able to create.
0-15.
I mean, I guess as a player, you come out first and foremost with your plan A, and don't feel it's working. You've got to make the adjustments. Or in that previous game, they looked to use the drop shot twice on the return.
Hasn't
Hasn't been able to get enough shape when going up the line. Jabeur with the forehand, found the net a few times.
.15-30.
Forehand up the line, she's missed. It's erratic from the Brazilian.
30.
Had time there and the space. And the ball too close to her in the end. Double fault for Jabeur.
Wide.
It's not.
No, it's not. She's rubbed it out.
40.
And it's given us a clean winner as well, which is right. Acknowledged by Jabeur. Saved a break point. That would have been 4-3.
Avantage Haddad Maia.
Good use of the whole court. And it's another point to break back.
Haddad Maia. Changement de balle, s'il vous plaît, ramasseur.
We're back on serve.
Balls, please.
Jabeur still leading by 4 games to 3
Jabeur
in the
mène
opening
4
set.
jeux à 3.
It's a sort of slightly shapeless match.
Well, I think because Jabeur can mix things up and disrupt her opponents, really seen Haddad Maia find her rhythm as yet. There's been a lot of times where she's had to respond, and then you mix in the fact that although there's been a lot of winners from Jabeur, there's also been unforced errors. It has been a little loose at times. If she had been a little cleaner with the numbers, then I think the scoreline would have looked very different.
Reprise. Merci.
Haddad Maia, 3-4, serving with new balls.
$15-0.
Ten errors on the forehand from Jabeur. Don't like talking about winners without unforced errors, but basically her winners and unforced error count, they're both very high. And the backhand errors, 6 for Haddad Maia, none for Jabeur. It's a strange match, this one. It's our camera in the north-eastern corner of the Châtelet Arena.
Let premier service.
Again, it's off the backhand side. Not
15-30.
quite getting enough cover on the ball. As we've been mentioning, just hit a much flatter strike than Jabeur off both sides. He's going to need to play with a little more shape, particularly off the backhand. I've seen that a few times. He's been much more effective with that cross-court backhand, back in behind Haddad Maia. So he's targeting a lot of balls to that wing. She's well aware that that's where the errors are coming from.
Points for 5-3. Yep.
Jabeur. Jabeur mène 5-3.
Good game from Jabeur. Just seems to, at the moment, just be down to her numbers. Cut out a few unforced errors. Certainly could start to run away with this one.
Serving for the set at 5-3.
Much better shape off that forehand. Got it to jump up off the court at Jabeur.
Excellent serve placement. First ace of the match, and it brings up set point for Ons Jabeur. Two excellent serves at the end. A set of 9 games, 5 of which were breaks. That goes to the Tunisian by 6 games to 3.
Deuxième manche au service, Béatrice Haddad Maia.
So will we see anything different on the serve from Haddad Maia in this second set?
That's
a decent opening point. Good pace on that forehand. One thing with Haddad Maia, which you will keep the belief, a positive mindset and outlook on this match. As you say, I mean, she's had a lot of 3-set matches, not just this tournament, but throughout her career, that she almost prides herself on the fact that she'll find solutions, try and find a way back into this.
She lost the first set against Alexandrova and against Ribas Tormo. Managed to come back to win both. So first double fault Comes in the game when she hits a rare ace. She's only hit 3 in the entire tournament.
Given the amount of time she's spent on court.
That's a low figure.
Yeah, again, just showing how hard she has to work for the points. Serve is more about trying to set up a chance for her to use her forehand.
40-30.
Jabeur hasn't actually been serving that well so far herself in this match compared to her other rounds. So it's a shot that she has improved. There's much more pace on it.
Haddad Maia.
It started to get a little bit difficult, that game, for Haddad Maia.
Premier jeu.
After the
Deuxième
first 3
manche.
points, looked very assertive. But she holds. Only the second time in the match.
Oh, that'll then put her in a different position. She's managed to secure that hold. She can maybe play with a little more freedom, put some pressure on Jabeur's serve here.
Jabeur, love 1, second set.
$15-0.
Continuing to really struggle off the backhand side.
And not surprisingly, Jabeur peppering it.
30-0.
Good shape on that, and always easy to try and jump up, play that off one leg, trying to take it at the top of the bounce, particularly when you're going up the line.
It's a while since she's played a drop shot. That works very nicely.
42-0.
She missed a couple off the return. Good awareness, good disguise with the way she shapes up. Haddad Maia was a good metre plus behind the baseline.
Jabeur.
Well, if that was a game for Haddad Maia to play freely, she didn't really do so.
No,
Un jeu partout.
we started with the miss return. Set the tone. First few points, it's so important in the game. You put some pressure on the server.
$15-0.
Oh, what a great chopped forehand.
Unbelievable shot.
30-0.
121K. fired that back at Jabeur. Often see that. Definitely serving better so far in this second set. That's good tennis again from Jabeur. She's really trying to get into that backhand side. Going deep into that corner, which gives her the chance to open up the space in the court. Still struggling, Haddad Maia off the backhand wing. 14 of the 18 errors have been off the backhand side.
It's beginning to feel a bit more like a conventional match, or at least a conventional set. 3 games all going with serve. Haddad Maia leading 2-1, second set.
Well, the serve's improved. That's been a big difference for Haddad Maia. As we take a look at the errors, as we were saying, she struggled with the backhand. A lot of them have gone long. Hasn't really been able to get enough spin on the ball. She found it a little more easier off the forehand side, and I guess the fact that Jabeur has sent a lot of balls that way, she's had to hit more. Jabeur too struggled with the amount of errors that she's hit. It's been off the forehand side for her.
Looked a comfortable forehand today. A couple of times she hasn't got her feet in position.
Well, a lot of them up the line she's missed.
Oui, please. S'il vous plaît, les joueurs sont prêtes, merci.
Jabeur, 1-2, second set.
Surprised that she looked to play the bounce smash. It was very low, this ball. Just bending her knees to allow her to get over the top of the ball. Again, it's gone down the middle. Seen that a few times.
Gaza.
It's a deep second serve from Jabeur. A lot of pace on it.
Again. When Haddad Maia gets a couple of metres behind her baseline, she's so vulnerable to that shot.
30-15.
You can see her weight going back.
Just hasn't got a read on it at all. Not recognised the fact that Jabeur's made the adjustment to play the drop shot. Does disguise it well.
30.
It's a well-timed ace. Perfect placement.
Oh, has actually been able to pull out a big serve when she's needed to.
Early in the first set, we had a run of points where Jabeur could win everything in the deuce court and nothing in the ad court. This time she does win the point in the ad court and holds for 2 games all.
It was another first serve. There's been a lot. She's made 4 out of 11 so far in this set, hence why her service games have been a little tighter.
How good's your Arabic?
Not too good.
I claim I didn't hear what he was saying.
Otherwise you'd have known.
I'm sure I'd have had an intelligent guess, yes. Haddad Maia, 2-all, second set. This time the drop shot doesn't work.
Well, it hasn't really been successful when she's tried to use it off the return. A few have gone into the net, and that one was too high, too deep in the court. It's comfortable in the end for Haddad Maia.
Well, in this match, Haddad Maia has doubled her aces count for the whole tournament.
Pace as well on the first serve has gone up about 11k compared to the opening set, so she's going after it more.
Oh, the
net cord just helping Jabeur out, gave her more time to get set up for that forehand.
Merci.
Great depth from Jabeur. And where she's standing now is within the earshot of her coach, Issam Jalali. He's behind her. Rafael Pacciarino is effectively behind the player when receiving serve in the president's box end from the ad court. It's interesting that Haddad Maia wasn't even running for that. Had that gone over, it would have been a clean winner. Despite Jabeur being a long way back. And it didn't miss by much.
Again, just highlighting that she is getting a read on it. Jabeur is disguising it well.
But this hyped-up serve is working for Haddad Maia. And she leads now by 3 games to 2, second set. Do you feel a momentum switch?
Well, I think the big thing compared to the opening set is the fact that both players are holding serve. Haddad Maia far more comfortably. She's obviously taken the decision that she's going to have to take more risks with the first serve. It seemed in the opening set that she was almost trying to go for percentages, I guess because her second serve is vulnerable. And the match that they played in Stuttgart was something that Jabeur was able to do, is really attack that second serve. But the percentages didn't work a lot. We noticed were being directed down the middle of the box. She wasn't hitting her corners, but she's changed the tactics up, and it's made a big difference. It does help keeping yourself ahead.
Merci.
Jabeur, 2-3, second set. And the level of tennis is going up.
There was less errors.
15-0.
Haddad Maia, she just didn't know where to put herself. She wasn't sure whether the drop shot was going to come or the slice.
That's profligate. Sat up for Beatrice Haddad Maia, 124-kilometer second serve. That backhand has been very, very wasteful today.
Particularly on return.
It's one of Jabeur's best service games.
3 jeux partout.
It'll be interesting now to see if there's a bit of scoreboard pressure for Haddad Maia, having got through her service games pretty comfortably so far in this set. Might be a different story now.
Haddad Maia, 3-all, second set. Great depth.
15-0.
It's the slice that draws the error.
15.
It is a really effective shot, the way that Jabeur can keep it low. You've got to generate all your own pace. You've got to also make sure that you've got to get down low to allow yourself to really get up the back of it. And not always easy when you've got a flat strike. We've seen that a few times, haven't we?
15-30.
And aware that that forehand can go up the line, so she knows she's got to regain a better court position, Haddad Maia, and she's not even on balance, and the ball's going back behind her.
It's a very compact stroke. 15-30. This is the scoreboard pressure you were talking about, Lucy.
It's a good forehand from Haddad Maia. Had a bit more shape on it. Moving away off the court, away from Jabeur. Couldn't quite get over there in time.
Quarante 30.
I don't see it too often, but just losing control of the slice. Didn't commit through it. Moved on to her maybe quicker than she expected.
Good body serve from Haddad Maia. She was 15-30 in that game, but she's come through it and remains ahead, 4-3, second set.
That's a really good hold from Haddad Maia. Didn't serve quite as well. Not as many first serves, but still managed to find a way through. Sure, Jabeur would be feeling that perhaps she should have really created at least a break point there. Been many long exchanges at all, and both equal there in the shorter points. And it has gone long. Jabeur well ahead.
Reprise. Merci, les joueuses sont prêtes. Merci.
Jabeur, 3-4.
15-0.
Let's mix the serve more on the juice side. It's almost exclusively gone down the tee on the ad side.
30-0.
Has really not enjoyed the backhand return, Haddad Maia, off both sides. She's been made to play a lot of them.
Long. Jabeur.
And there, an error on the forehand. Another love service hold for Jabeur.
4 jeux partout.
That's impressive. So maybe pushing here, Jabeur, to try and put herself in a position to close out this match. Maia is going to need to continue to serve well.
Yes, she has no margin for error, having lost the first set. Haddad Maia serving at 4-all.
A massive difference, Chris, in terms of points won behind the first serve. Just 37% in the opening set, 80% in this second set.
She's been a different player, Haddad Maia. It's a shame that we didn't have this in the first set. It would have been a better set. The outcome might have been the same, but the quality of tennis would have been a lot better. Really good quality hitting.
Great defence from Jabeur. It's a pretty potent forehand back in behind her. She reacted well to it. Again, the fact that she can play with a little more shape and keep Haddad Maia deeper behind the baseline, it really has proved effective so far today.
Merci.
Oh, that suddenly puts pressure back on. The left-hander serve. 4-all, 30-all, second set.
Well, it has been a shot that has been very effective, the drop shot. There's been a lot of clean winners with it. I understand wanting to use it.
I don't think that was the best time to use it.
I guess easier to say that when she's missed it.
Yeah, but I was also looking at Haddad Maia's position. That's well played.
Haddad Maia.
And Haddad Maia holds to lead by 5 games to 4 in the second set. They're also going through their games a lot quicker. They played 9 games, which was the number of games in the first set, and it's 10 minutes shorter.
There was a load of break points, weren't there, in the opening set? Actually haven't been any in this set so far. And another big hold. Good stretch volley there from Haddad Maia. Trying to get herself going and the crowd.
And the scoreboard pressure switches now to Jabeur, because she's been sort of comfortably ahead for pretty much the whole of the match.
Definitely a different feel with that scoreline.
Reprise. S'il vous plaît. Merci.
So Jabeur serving to stay in
Merci.
the second set at 4-5.
$15-0.
Continuing to get through her service games pretty quickly. He's only lost 3 points on serve in this second set, Jabeur. Lost a point behind the first serve.
$40-0.
Points for 5-all.
Jabeur.
Is that 3 successive love games?
Yes, it is. She hit the lines for
Cinq
as
jeux
well.
partout.
Yes, he was determined not to react.
It's a good change up with the serve out wide. As we've been talking about, vast majority have gone down the tee on the ad side.
Merci. S'il vous plaît.
Haddad Maia, 5-all, second set.
Good time to change direction. Jabeur draw the error. Control of a lot of those types of points.
Merci.
This is another pressure situation for Haddad Maia.
S'il vous plaît. Merci.
Good hitting by Haddad Maia. Got the sense the whole time she was expecting a drop shot.
15-30.
I think that's been the case. She hasn't read them, so it's always going to be somewhere close to the front of your mind. So then you're not able to play freely.
Wide. And here are the first 2 break points of the second set.
15-40.
The way Jabeur's been serving, they're almost match points.
Merci.
Oh, that's loose. Very soft second serve. There was a bit of kick on it.
It did jump up quite high. It was up at head height. Just a slight misjudgment from Jabeur. Sort of time it.
Second break point. Well, the first defensive forehand from Jabeur was excellent. Again, I was looking for the drop shot there, but she didn't have a chance to.
She didn't. I mean, it was a great shot, but credit to Haddad Maia to find a way to get back onto the front foot.
She's a fighter. And you have to look at her scores at this Roland-Garros to see that.
S'il vous plaît. S'il vous plaît.
It's long. Should Jabeur have done more with the second serve?
Avantage.
I think it, again, although it's quite slow, it does seem to jump up off the court. Conditions as well is quite hot. Makes it a little more bouncy. It was interesting there. Haddad Maia was thinking it was going to be a drop shot, was already on her way. Jabeur just not able to keep that ball in.
Point for 6-5. Jabeur standing well inside her baseline to receive this serve. Let's try to send a signal. Instead, she didn't give herself enough room to play that return. It's another soft second serve, but somehow Haddad Maia manages to hold 4 points on the run from 15-40. This could go either way.
And once again, I mean, just showing her resilience and fight just to keep herself in this match, keep herself ahead in this second set. Pressure back on Jabeur. She'll be aware that she's got through her service games very quickly, only lost 3 points. Once again, when you've got to continue to do it, that does add pressure. Winners, and Jabeur certainly has been the one that has controlled a lot of the points. The drop shot winners as well. That's been an effective shot for her. Seen as many in the second set.
Merci. S'il vous plaît. S'il vous plaît, les joueurs sont prêts. Merci.
Jabeur serving for the second time to stay in the set, 5-6. Haddad Maia was almost a bit slow to set off with that one.
15-0.
You can see the route that she took. She wasn't sure if it was going to be played in the other side of the court.
Let's premier service.
A little loose from the Jabeur racket at the moment.
Well, it's been a shot that she's really struggled with, but certainly got hold of that one.
15-30.
Straight down the middle of the court, and
Merci.
Jabeur rushed.
15-30. Well, she's getting more of a look in on these drop shots. Has an interesting smile.
Oh, she got up to it. Again, the fact that she did struggle with hitting a lot of spin off that wing. Couldn't quite keep it in.
Yes, you wonder whether the strategy is wearing a little thin for Jabeur. Going constantly to the backhand, but she's slightly played the shot in. And here is a set point for Beatrice Haddad Maia. She had the down the line open.
Yeah, certainly took it on.
40.
It's a very flat shot.
Merci. Avantage, Jabeur.
That's where the aces have gone down the tee for Jabeur the majority of the time.
telegraphed.
Égalité.
Much quicker start there from Haddad Maia.
I do worry what someone like Iga Swiatek is going to do some of the second serves if it's a Jabeur-Swiatek semi. First serve is working well for Jabeur, but the second one is really standing up.
Let's premier service.
Lost the feel on the drop shot. Maybe because the last two have been run down.
Well, that makes a difference. You then feel that you've got to play with even more touch, plus the scoreboard.
They're both playing very nervy tennis at the moment. We're back to the first set, really. It's been such a good second set. But the nerves are taking over. 5-6 deuce.
Avantage. Jabeur.
Still producing that serve down the tee, though.
She took a bit off that one to get it in.
Mixing it well on the deuce side.
Égalité. Merci. Avantage.
It's gone there again, and Haddad Maia had moved her court position just to give Jabeur a different look, which is smart.
Well, I wonder whether Jabeur might go out wide to the backhand on that occasion.
Backed herself. That's been the favoured serve.
And yet she can't get the serve in down the ad court. Gone for the tee serve. Wrong side of the centre line. 3 times running.
And it's making a big difference.
Égalité.
Serving quite as big compared to the rest of the match. Jabeur, she's taken pace off the first.
And there she went for the serve out wide. Missed it.
Avantage, Jabeur.
Feel for both of them, really, don't you?
Yeah, Signally just didn't move through the return. That was a real chance.
Merci. Let's premier service. Jabeur.
That is demoralising for Haddad Maia. She got there. She played a good cross-court backhand off the drop shot. But there was Jabeur to put it down the line.
6 jeux partout.
Oh, what a game that was.
Jeu décisif.
Jabeur was determined to make the drop shot work. And it was a a good move after it, just edged her way up the court, so she then was able to pick that one up.
I wonder whether that missed forehand on set point. Only set point Haddad Maia had. Second serve out wide to the forehand, and she put it wide down the line. Just wonder whether that might be eating away at her. She starts the tie break.
Haddad Maia.
Does she never get tired? I mean, this is 2 days after the 3 hours 51. We've played 100 minutes already.
She's used to long matches, and she held the record for the longest match of the year so far. She was able to beat that in her match against Sorribes Tormo, and she prides herself on the fact that the longer the match goes on, the stronger she feels she gets.
She's made it. That's a remarkable forehand.
33K that forehand. It was the backhand return that set it up. She's certainly the player that's going after things in this breaker so far.
Oh no. And perhaps she just pulled back on that one because she saw Jabeur out of the corner of her eye heading in.
Just a little stiff. Needed to hold the racket looser so she could get the touch she was looking for. It's the right shot to play.
That's well played. I have to say, she's getting stronger.
She's growing in confidence and starting to control a lot more of the points. See more winners from her. Hasn't managed to produce many at all in the opening set.
Premier service.
Yeah, slightly late call, but the umpire will inspect the mark.
(4-2), Haddad Maia. Second service.
It's 113 kilometers. Very soft second serve.
She's found the line again.
5-2, Haddad Maia.
I thought they were having to retake that second serve might allow Jabeur to put a bit more pace on it. But again, it was still very slow.
The average second serve speed in this set has been 127 km, so it was a lot slower than that.
Haddad Maia. Merci. S'il vous plaît.
5-3. Oh, she made it. No, it's long. Well, Jabeur was convinced she'd made that.
I'm not sure.
No, I thought it was long.
I think she knew the way that she hit it just tightened up there.
6-3, Haddad Maia.
She's tightened up in this tiebreak. And she now faces 3 set points. And that forehand missing. The difference between 6-3 and 5-4. And back on serve. Second serve on set point. That's very fortunate net cord for Jabeur. Not the most impressive volley from Haddad Maia.
Haddad Maia.
I think she did well. It was a reaction volley. To put her racket out there, she was expecting the ball to go cross court.
Amazing what happens when you get your first serve in.
But that's been the key serve for her, that flat serve down the tee on the juice side. The one that's worked well.
Haddad Maia. Merci.
Set point number 4.
S'il vous plaît.
It's the third set point in the tiebreak. It's the first one on the Haddad Maia serve. And she's looking into the sun there. That's a great job. Real nerve under pressure. And this Brazilian, who refuses to be beaten, is into her 4th successive 3-setter.
Wow, what a turnaround. I mean, full credit to Haddad Maia. I mean, again, down to her fight and her resilience as we've seen all through the tournament. Able to produce a lot of winners in that set. As her response served so much better in the second set.
Dernière manche au service. 11 Jabeur. Prenez vos places, merci.
Jabeur starting the final set.
0-15. Gaza. Let, second service.
Starting to see Haddad Maia being a lot more aggressive.
Lack of conviction about these drop shots now.
15-40.
2 points for Jabeur to break in the opening game of the for Haddad Maia to break in the opening game of the final set. The umpire said, "Wait, please," there, because one of the electronic advertising hoardings had got stuck in a sort of shimmer. Oh, she gets the tee serve in the ad court.
40.
It didn't happen towards the latter stages of that second set.
Avantage de Jabeur.
Yeah, she's made that one. She's reading the drop shots better.
Égalité.
Yeah, and I think Jabeur, having done so well for the majority of the match, needs to maybe change things up now. Gonna have to mix up where she's serving
Haddad Maia.
and mix up when she does use the drop shot.
Third break point. Haddad Maia breaks in the opening game of the final set.
Well, it's worth noting how much more accuracy Haddad Maia got on her forehand in the second set. Look at this first set, just 33% of these shots to within 3 feet of the line, which wasn't really causing her opponent too many problems. Second set stats, 47% of those winners within 3 feet of the line. That's a big difference in terms of accuracy generally for any player. That is hugely impressive from Haddad Maia.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what Jabeur looks to do, because the majority of the match with her tactics, with the way she was playing, she's definitely been the one that's been more in control. The differences for Haddad Maia, that second set, the serving numbers improved out of sight. But you would have felt Jabeur should have probably snuck a breaker serve. It's a different feel now, and Haddad Maia is in a much better court position. She's the one that's looking more aggressive up on the baseline.
She's looking far more fluent on her ground strokes. And that's bad news for Jabeur, because an awful lot of her first set win was down to the rich source of errors off the Haddad backhand.
Seems to have totally lost her confidence, her conviction with her shots.
Where was that serve in the first set? 188 kilometres. She's getting nowhere near that.
Well, only won 37% of points behind the first, 43 behind the second. Head to the second set, 78% behind the first and 53 behind the second. And that has freed her up, hitting her spots perfectly now.
She went for more from the start of the second set. It was very clear from the opening game of the second set that she was hitting bigger serves.
Well, the plan did seem as if it was all about trying to get high percentages of first serves in the opening set.
Merci.
Which she did, but they weren't effective. So took more risks in the second.
Jabeur loved two. Haddad coming to the net.
15-0.
Everything is flowing for her at the moment. And Jabeur's got to try and find a way of disrupting her game. The great disruptor finds the disruption hasn't worked. Well played. So what a turnaround in the second of the 2 hours we've played. Complete turnaround. Because that backhand return of serve, most of those were missing.
Well, you can see the body language of Jabeur. Still maybe thinking about what perhaps should have been.
Oh, look at this. Yes, maybe the forehand at 5-3 in the tiebreak. Was she overhit, and that would have been 5-4 back on serve.
I think even before that, Chris, I mean, Jabeur, she only lost 3 points on serve until they got to
5-6.
5-6.
Great point for a double break. And now second serve. Where was this player in the first set? She leads by a double break. 3-love, final set.
Haddad Maia mène 3-0.
This is all going pretty quickly, and Jabeur will certainly be feeling that. She hasn't got a lot of time left. It's an amazing turnaround. Haddad Maia, I mean, she talked about it when she's been down in a number of matches. Saved match point against Alexandrova. Setting 3-love points for 4-love against Rivas Tormo. And she talked about a video of Djokovic that her coach sent her about dealing with the nerves and the pressure, continuing to fight. And that's exactly what she's done in this match.
Reprise.
Haddad Maia with the double break. Look at that stat, 14 out of the last 20 points won. Haddad Maia, 3-love, final set.
I
was going to ask you, Lucy, what can Jabeur do?
I think she's got to get back to actually trying to be more aggressive in terms of how she's hitting the ball. What she did so well at the start of the match was move the ball around. I know she targeted the backhand side, maybe mix it up more. Let's not go for quite so many drop shots at this stage, because Haddad Maia is certainly getting a read on them.
We had a stat in the first set that Jabeur's clearance over the net was so much higher because she uses more topspin. And yet she's finding the net so much more, especially on the forehand.
Yeah, and I mean that also, the fact she played with that shape just kept Haddad Maia back deeper behind the baseline, which is not where she wants to be. It's the errors again from Jabeur, starting to mount up without the winners. We did see errors in the opening set, but there was a lot of winners as well. That was key, and not many from Haddad Maia. To depth and shape.
Better from Jabeur. She has a chance to get one of the breaks back.
30-40.
Well, interestingly, the great disruptor played a very conventional game then. Not one drop shot, not even one slice.
Haddad Maia mène 3
Good
jeux
depth as well. Just pushing Haddad Maia back, particularly with that last return. It was a good game from Jabeur. Had to find a way, getting herself into this third set.
That's a strange choice of shot.
0-15.
Surely the big forehand cross court.
The temptation, I guess. That's much better. That's what we saw in the opening set, that type of flight on the shot. Shape on it. It's pretty deep, but it's then jumping up at Haddad Maia, who's trying to take it early. But in the opening set, Haddad Maia just wasn't getting a read on those drop shots at all. I mean, she was barely moving inside the baseline to try and track them down.
Is that an ace?
No.
No, clearly not. That's to get one of the break, to get the double break back. Another conventional point by Jabeur.
40.
Interesting step there. Has struggled on the juice points, Haddad Maia, so far.
All right on the baseline, that return of serve.
Avantage, Haddad Maia.
She's done such a good job as the match has gone on, just to get a better read of the serve and the drop shot.
Get the feeling that this is the crucial game. If there's going to be a comeback, it's going to be this game.
Yeah, I think so, and that was a point with real conviction from Jabeur, committing to her shots.
Merci. S'il vous plaît.
Another good return. I mean, that's improved out of sight from
Avantage,
Haddad Maia.
Égalité.
Fine margins.
Yeah. It's the right way. She's committing to her game, and even though she missed that, it'll still put pressure on Jabeur. I think Jabeur thinks that
Yes.
serve was out.
I have to say, I saw it out.
It's not been called.
If that's the mark.
Oh. Wow.
So that's given good.
Yeah. It's Haddad Maia's point. It was a decent kick, but
It tells you that
Avantage Haddad Maia.
Jabeur is,
it's a misjudgment.
well, yeah. That is so good, the cross-court from Haddad Maia. And she reestablishes the double break. 4-1, the Brazilian leads, final set. Well, I suspect that was Jabeur's chance.
Definitely, it was a different feel. Sat down at 1-4 as opposed to 2-3. Does give Haddad Maia a little bit more breathing space. I mean, she's hitting the ball incredibly well now. The way that she's controlling the point, looking to get forward at any opportunity.
If she ends up playing Świątek, I mean, we were amazed at the start at the difference in match time on court. It's going to be even more exaggerated because Świątek's played 6 sets so far, and 4 of them have been bagels. She had the short match in the 4th round when her opponent retired at 5-1. It's going to be something like 13 hours as against 4. Well, there's always time to come back in tennis. That's the beauty of the scoring system. But unless Haddad Maia drops off the level that she's playing, and quite considerably below, it's hard not to see her winning in the next 2 or 3 games. 4-1 with a double break. Final set.
$15-0.
That's nice.
So many times she's gone back in behind Haddad Maia.
One of the features of Jabeur's great clay court season last year was the amount of times that she did come back from the brink of defeat.
That's that telling, the fact that she's won 5 more points than her opponent.
Oh! Well, she needs all the luck she can get at the moment. That was a massive slice.
She'll take that. And just showing that she
Merci.
Isn't able to get as much
S'il vous plaît.
shape and margin on her shots. Movement on that serve from Haddad Maia. I believe she's in this position.
Merci.
Very soft first serve.
30-40.
One of those where the return was quicker than the serve. So wasteful by Jabeur. Another soft second serve, first serve.
Just the slider though, wasn't it, out wide, to be a little slower. Good lefty swing on it.
Decent depth from Jabeur on all those ground strokes.
Avantage, Jabeur.
There's a sense, though, that Haddad Maia is starting to get a little tight. That can happen. And even more so given the significance of this match.
Jabeur throwing down her racket in disgust with herself. Such good defending.
It really was great tennis from both, but I think she thought about maybe the drop shot.
Just snatched it.
Yeah, deciding to hit through it.
Merci. S'il vous plaît.
Yes, she's made it. Serve and volley.
Well, something Haddad Maia did against Saribas Tormo, and it worked. She's throwing that in.
I thought she might have tried that before now. And serving to the backhand is good. But Jabeur able to get a two-hander on that one rather than the slice. Another break point. So that's the kind of serve that I would expect Haddad Maia to come in behind.
Didn't need to.
I didn't need to on that occasion, no, but I thought she'd want to come in when she draws the slice. change of direction by Jabeur. Getting the forehand up the line.
Avantage, Jabeur.
And some feedback from her coach.
Merci. S'il vous plaît.
She went there again. Jabeur was ready for it.
Merci.
I mean, the backhand's got better as the match has gone on. I think down to the fact that she's had to hit so many and wasn't troubled at all by the change of pace. The slice from Jabeur.
Point for 5-1. This serve rattled through its first 3 or 4 games. It's now becoming a set of a couple of really long, tight games. I thought the 5th game had probably sorted it out for Haddad Maia, but if Jabeur can have a break here.
You're giving her another chance.
Well, beginning to.
Brilliant defence from Haddad Maia, that high moon ball getting herself right back in the point.
Avantage, Haddad Maia.
I guess you have to say, I mean, that probably was a time in that point where Jabeur maybe could have used the drop shot. Haddad Maia was very deep behind the baseline.
Or even come in.
She's lost the confidence to do that.
Yeah.
Merci. S'il vous plaît. Haddad Maia.
Well, when all the tight games go in one direction,
Haddad Maia mène 5-1.
there's generally only one winner. Jabeur with her chance in that couple of very loose backhands.
Merci. S'il vous plaît.
He'd be a coach.
S'il vous plaît.
Jabeur serving to stay in the match, 1-5, final set.
0-15. Merci. 0-30. Merci.
Oh no. It shows you how her confidence has been eaten away.
0-40.
2 hours, 27 minutes.
S'il vous plaît, les joueuses sont prêtes, merci. Merci. Let's premier service. Quinze 40. Second match.
4 forehand errors from Jabeur. But the remarkable story of Beatriz Haddad Maia at Roland-Garros 2023 goes on. A 4th successive 3-setter. A wonderful step forward for the 27-year-old Brazilian. After a first set where she was all at sea. But she's through to the semi-finals to play Iga Świątek or Coco Gauff. What a breakthrough. And what physicality. Lucial.
Unbelievable. What a comeback. I mean, again, just highlighting her resilience, her fight. Never gave up out there. I mean, it was really all about Jabeur for, well, certainly the opening set. The fact that she served better in the second set, that kept her in it. Jabeur with a couple of break points, couldn't convert. Had only lost the 3 points on serve until that game at 5-6. She'll know that there were real chances for her. She'll be disappointed with that result.
Good tournament for Jabeur to get to the quarterfinals, but having got to the quarterfinals against a lower ranked player and basically 4 points away from winning it in the second set tiebreak, that would be gutting for her.
Definitely, because I mean, with the way that she was playing, I mean, she didn't allow Haddad Maia to get her game on the court until, well, really the tiebreak and the third set, where we started to see Haddad Maia serving well, returning well. That was key, and less errors off the backhand side, playing it aggressively.
And we're going to hear from her now, talking with Alex Corretja.
Bia, congratulations. Amazing effort. The first thing you did when you won the last point is put your hands into your face. You can't believe it, you just won. So we can just say, good job. You just reached the semifinals here. The first female Brazilian in the Open era. To play Ons is such a difficult opponent because she's great tactician, but you hang in there, especially in the second set where you just reached the tiebreak, and we were thinking, I don't know how you're gonna handle, because you came from an almost 4 hours match the last round. So how did you recover physically and emotionally from that?
Well, first of all, I would like to thank everybody who came today to support me, especially the Brazilians. Yeah, I think In Grand Slams, we have the chance to recover for 1 day. So even when I played more than 3 hours, I had a day off, and I have an amazing team. My physio is here, so we could work very hard also in the body. My coach also in my mind. So yeah, I think this is tennis. We work all year long to be in this moment. So yeah, I remember that in the middle of the second set, my coach showed me the clock, and I looked, it was 1 hour and something, and I said, okay, maybe we have until I have ahead. So yeah, I had to be patient. I had to keep doing the shots because, as you said, she's a pretty good player. She's one of the best players in the world, even in the clay court. So I'm very happy and proud of me and my team today.
And women's tour, everybody hits so hard. So tactically, is it completely different? Is it more difficult to play against someone that she does a lot of drop shots? She forces you to come into the net many times. Also, you being lefty, you know, you can open up the court very well. So how did you use a little bit your mindset to prepare against someone that is very difficult? And by the way, great sportsmanship from Ons at the end of the match giving you a hug.
Yeah, as I said yesterday, she's a very nice person, and this means a lot for us as a women tennis player. She represents us not only on the court, but also off court, so she's a really nice girl. And I know her, she's juniors as well. So yeah, not easy to play against her. She's tricky. Sometimes you do a good shot and you expect that you're gonna have another shot to go, and then, okay, drop shot, winner. So yeah, you have to be patient. It's not easy to keep the rhythm with the shots also in 2-3 hours. So I always believe in my body. I always believe that the match is long. So I think that was the key. I was trying to keep my game and not think on her head. And yeah, I think it worked.
It worked very well. We don't want to keep you long here because you need to recover. They need to play some more matches. Parabéns. Muito contento por você.
Merci beaucoup.
Beatriz Haddad Maia qualifiée pour les demi-finales de Roland-Garros.